so in my session today we're going to be doing some skills and working on our hand-eye coordination skills using just a tennis ball. I'm going to be using a wall today because it's just me. If you've got somebody in your house, a brother, sister, mum, dad, whoever, who could help you, you can maybe do these different skills with them, and instead of throwing it against the wall, you can just pass it to that person, so you can both work on it. But if not, and you're just on your own, all you need is a tennis ball and a space on a wall where you can practice. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to throw the ball against the wall, and we're just going to practice throwing and catching with two hands, okay? So just throwing the ball with my dominant hand, which is my right hand, and I'm just catching it again. So I'm going to aim to do this about 10 times. Then what I'd like you to do is swap and do it with your non-dominant hand. So for me, that's my left hand. Again, doing the same thing, so just throwing and catching with two hands. Again, try and do 10 without dropping it. If you do drop it, then I would try and challenge yourself and start from 0 and try and work all your way up to 10, okay? Once you've done that, catching with two hands, we're going to try and advance it on a little bit and go catching, throwing in one hand and catching in one hand, okay? So I'm going to start with my dominant hand, which is my right. So I'm going to throw in one and catch in one. Okay, so I'm going to do that 10 times on this hand. And again, if I drop it, I'm going to start again from 0. Okay, then I'm going to go to throw it a little bit higher and catch it over instead of under. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to do exactly the same on my left hand, okay? So I'm going to throw the ball and catch it under, preferably first. And do that 10 times. Then, once you're comfortable doing that, you're then going to throw the ball up and catch it over. Oh, nearly dropped that one. So again, if you do drop it, like I did that second time, then again just start again from 0 and try and get 10 consecutive catches. After you've done the catching over and under in one hand, you're then going to move on to catching it in one hand but swapping each hand as you do that, okay? So we're going to start, throw it in my right and catch it in my left, throw it in my left and catch it in my right. Let's try that again. So throw it in my right and catch it in my left, throw it in my left and catch it in my right, okay? So I'm swapping each time, okay? And I'm throwing it from one hand to the other hand. So I'm not passing it across, I'm just catching it in that opposite hand and then throwing it with the one that I catch it in. Oh. Okay, once we've done that, I'm going to set you a bit of a challenge, okay? So you may have done this challenge before. It's called the tennis wall throw, and it's a test of your coordination. We do normally do it in year 7 when we're doing some baseline fitness tests, or you might have done it in your year 9 GCSE unit if you've got to that stage yet. So it's a test that we use for coordination, and it's how many catches you can do in 30 seconds, okay? So you've got to follow the same system of throwing it in one hand and catching it in the other, then throwing it with that hand and catching it in the other, okay? And how many catches can you do in 30 seconds? That's your first challenge. Right, I'm going to have a go at the first challenge, but I'm just going to do it for 10 seconds. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay, so if you do drop the ball in this whilst the challenge is going on, then you don't need to start again, okay? You just pick the ball up as quickly as possible and carry on going, okay? So just keep adding up your score, and it's the total catches you get in the 30 seconds. Okay, now that we've finished and completed challenge 1, we're going to move on to moving around with the ball and catching it a little bit more, okay? So to start off with, all I want you to do is just throw the ball up to yourself and catch it in two hands, okay? So I'm throwing it with my right hand, throwing and catching it up, and then I'm going to do exactly the same with my left. again, I'm going to do 10 of these in each hand. Then I'm going to do the same as what we did on the wall, so I'm going to throw it up with one and catch it with one. And then I'm going to do the same with my left. Ooh. Ooh. Need to get my throwing straight. Okay, and then once you've done that 10 times on each hand, we're then going to try and add in a little bit more challenge. So this time in your dominant hand, you're going to throw the ball up, but you're going to have to touch the ground and stand back up and catch the ball again before the ball touches the ground, okay? So throw the ball up, touch the ground and catch the ball again. We're going to aim to do this again, so if you can do it 10 times. Then, after that, we're going to try to do a little turnaround before we catch the ball. So we're going to throw it up, we're going to turn all the way around, or try to, and then we're going to catch the ball again. The trick with this one, as with all throwing and catching, is to make sure you keep your eye on the ball, okay? So often I see people throw the ball up, and they go like this, and turn around, and like, where's the ball? Okay? So make sure, as you are turning around, you are looking up at where the ball is going, so you know how much time you've got and where you need to move to catch the ball. Okay, so here we go, throw the ball up, turn around, catch the ball again, try and get all the way around. Oh. Okay, so I might need to work on that a little bit because at the minute I'm not going all the way around, okay? So I'll continue to do that until I can successfully move all the way around, okay? Once we've done that, we're then going to try and put the two skills together, okay? So, a bit more of a challenge. You're going to throw the ball up, you're going to turn around, touch the ground and catch it again, okay? So make sure you putting the ball nice and high in the sky so you've got enough time to do both of those skills before you catch the ball again, okay? So let's see if I can do it. So I'm going to throw the ball up, turn around, touch the ground, catch the ball again, just. I didn't quite turn all the way around. Okay, let's try that one more time. So I'm going to throw the ball up, turn around, touch the ground and catch the ball again, okay? Again, I might need to work on that a little bit because I'm not going all the way around, but I am managing to get both skills together before I catch the ball, okay? So something to keep practicing. So after you've done that challenge, I want you to have a go at doing something that Mr. Unsworth set you a couple of weeks ago on Instagram, which is where you had to throw the ball up and you had to clap as many times as you could before catching the ball, okay? So this time we're going to build it up again. We're going to just start throwing the ball up and doing one clap, then we're going to do two, then three, 4, and then we'll build it all the way up to 10 if you can, okay? If you can, keep going past 10, then see how many you can get and what is your best score. So, as with all the skills that we trying, if you can do them successfully with your dominant hand, try to do them with your non-dominant hand, okay? So it's good to have coordination and to be equally coordinated in both hands and feet, which can sometimes be quite a difficult thing if you're not practicing regularly at doing those skills on both sides. So don't just be happy with successfully doing it on one side, try it on your other side and try to make it so that you are equally coordinated. Okay, for the next set of skills then, we're going to practice on doing some target throws. So we're going to I've got a bucket there with a number of different balls in, and I've got another bucket which I'm going to aim to throw the balls in as my target. If you've not got a bucket at home, you can use things like a washing basket or a plant pot, or if you've not got anything that can contain the balls, just maybe mark out a spot on the floor that you're going to aim for. And the idea is just mark a point between you and your target about 5 meters away to start off with, and we're going to practice how many times, see how many times we can get the ball accurately hitting that target, okay? So the first time round, I'm going to do it with my dominant hand, and I'm just going to do a couple of practice throws, see how many I can get. Then I'm going to try with my left hand. Then I'm going to set myself a challenge and see how many I can get out of 10. Okay? can, if you've got somebody at home who you've been doing the passing and the different challenges with, you can set yourself a little bit of a competition, who can get the most out of 10. Okay, so I've collected in all the balls, I've done a bit of practicing, I'm now going to have a go at the challenge. I am super competitive, so I am going to take this very seriously. Are you ready? Out of 10. Number 1, 2, 3. 9 out of 10 in that, so that for me is maybe a little bit too easy. So I'm going to move the bucket now further up. I'm going to go about 10 metres and I'm going to do the whole thing again, okay? So I'm going to do a couple of practice shots on both hands, then I'm going to do best out of 10, okay? Obviously with the bucket challenge, it is better if you've got multiple tennis balls. If you've only got the one ball, then you can still do the challenge, but you will have to just keep going back and getting the ball and going back to the start position. So it will take a little bit longer for you to do that. But it would be great to see some of you posting those challenges, sending them to either Miss Charlesworth on her emails, or sending them to the Rainford Instagram so that we can upload them and see who's taking part and see some evidence of you guys completing some of these challenges. We'd also like to see if you have come up with any other different challenges that we could then set the students, and you've been a little bit creative, so you might have thought of something else that you could do with the tennis ball, with the wall, or just with you in a space. What challenges could you come up with which we could then set to the rest of the students and see who's doing the best in our Rainford community. Just to recap for the challenges that I've set you, so the first challenge was the tennis wall throw, so you had to throw the ball against the wall in 30 seconds, time yourself and catching how many catches you can do in that 30 seconds. The second challenge was throwing the ball up and seeing how many claps you can do, getting all the way up to 10, possibly past 10. The third challenge was throwing the ball up, turning around, touching the ground and catching it again, seeing if you can do that. If you could do that, doing it on both sides, which I think is a really big challenge and a difficult task for anybody. And then the last challenge is going to be the target throwing. So you need a bucket or washing basket or something you can throw the balls into, and you're going to see how many you can get out of 10 possible throws. Good luck to everybody who's taken on the challenges. I hope that you have fun, enjoy yourselves, and that it's really useful in improving your hand-eye coordination skills.